Good morning, scholars. It is Tuesday, April 7th, and this is also the video for Wednesday, April 8th. We are in week 4, and these are days 16 and 17 of online learning. All right, now the schedule. So this is the block day lesson for this week. They changed the schedule a little bit, so I made an announcement in everybody's Google Classroom. It's just for this week, so after this week it won't be the same. It'll be back to normal. But for this week, Monday, you would have all your classes. So yesterday you had all your classes, period 1 through 8. Tuesday is just an odd block day, and Wednesday is an even block day. And then Thursday, you would have all your classes again, 1 through 8. So that means that you should have 3 assignments still. So it's the same amount of assignments. You'll still have 1, 2, 3, a Monday assignment, a block day assignment, and a Thursday assignment. Then you have spring break. So Friday, you don't need to check in. You're off for Friday, which is the 10th. And then spring break goes from the 10th until the 19th, and we'll start school again on Monday, the 20th. Marking period 3 also ends on Monday the 20th, so everything this week will go on marking period 3, and then everything starting on Monday will go on marking period 4. Let's look at the assignment for today. So yesterday you read about the Holocaust Part 1. Today you're going to read about the Holocaust Part 2. So the assignment is here. It's going to say 4-7 and 4-8. You're welcome to complete it whenever, whichever day works for you. Watch this lesson, sign into Newsela, find the article called the Holocaust Part 2, annotate it as you read it, which I'll show you how to do, complete the writing exercise, and complete the multiple choice quiz. Then hit turn in on this assignment on Google Classroom, because I will then know that yours is ready to be graded. And the objective, which, there we go. We will read a nonfiction Newsela article, answer multiple choice questions, and write about the main event described in the text and a lesson or theme we can learn from that event. So we are going to go back to our work with lessons and themes, and now this time we're going to see what lesson can we learn from history before we did what lesson can we learn from literature. Today, block day office hours. So again, I'm going to change the office hours to regular days and block days. So on regular days, I will do 10 to 12. And on block days, I'm going to do 12 to 2. And this was because I gave out an extra credit survey over the weekend. And the most popular time that people liked office hours was 10 to 12. And the second most popular was 12 to 2. So I'm going to compromise and try to take as many people's perspective or opinion into account. So those are our office hours. All right, let's look at the article. Let me show you really quickly how to annotate it, what we're writing about, and the multiple choice. Okay. So when you go to your binder in Newsela, you should find the article, the Holocaust Part 2. It's going to say the final solution. And on the side, you're going to see, let me get rid of this so that I can show you. On the side, you're going to see the activities. So when you look over here, you see the activities. The activities, there's going to be one for ELA and there's one for social studies. You need to do the ELA one, so just these two. The writing prompt is here. It says, why is the event described in the article taught in schools today? And what are the lasting lessons you can learn from studying the event? Support your response with evidence from the text. So you're going to need to make sure that you do a nice job writing this, and I'll give you some sentence stems at the end of this video to help you. The second thing is, or the first thing, is the other activity you're going to do is the multiple choice quiz. As you're reading, you want to annotate, and we're going to look when we annotate for a couple things. So let me want a new sticky note. There we go. And I don't need this sticky note anymore. Yeah. Okay. So as you read, you want to annotate, and you're going to annotate for words you don't know, and evidence, that shows you why we study this, and evidence that shows a theme or lesson we can learn from the Holocaust. Also notice I'm always going to capitalize the Holocaust because it's the name of a particularly terrible genocide. So it does get a proper noun and it's capitalized. Okay. So I'm going to leave this up here so I remember. And now, oops, never mind, that didn't work. I'm going to remember in my head, and now I'm going to keep reading. All right, so this is the second part of a 2-part series. As I'm reading, again, I'm looking for words I don't know, and I'm looking for things that might show me the message or the theme. So I'm going to read the first 2 paragraphs and give you a little example of how to annotate. Throughout the spring and the summer of 1940, the German army expanded Hitler's empire in Europe, conquering Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, and France. Beginning in 1941, Jews from all over the continent were transported to the Polish ghettos in the poor sections of cities. The German invasion of the Soviet Union in June of 1941 marked a new level of brutality and warfare. Mobile killing units called Einsatzgruppen would murder more than 500,000, 500,000 Soviet Jews and others over the course of the German occupation. The memorandum, so I don't know what this word means, so I'm actually going to annotate here. So there, when I highlight it, it comes up over here and it gives me an option, and I can pick whatever color I want. And then because it's a word I don't know, I'm going to look it up. And it says it's something that was dated on July 31st, 1941, and it's written by Hitler's top commander. So I'm going to guess that it's a written letter, but I want to just confirm that. Yeah, a written message in business or diplomacy. Okay, so it's a noun. It's something that you can have, and it's a written message. And this isn't business, it's more like a diplomacy, which means like getting along with other nations. But I'm also going to make that simpler for myself and say government. Okay, and then I hit share, and now I've annotated once. A memorandum written by Hitler's top commander, Hermann Göring, referred to the need for a final solution to the Jewish question. Beginning in September 1941, every person designated as a Jew in German-held territory was marked with a yellow star, making them open targets. Tens of thousands were soon to be deported to the Polish ghettos and the German-occupied cities in the Soviet Union. So here I'm starting to notice why we study this and what the theme might be, because every person designated a Jew was marked with a yellow star and made a target. So I might have a theme, or the beginning of a possible theme could be if you mistreat people and mark them as targets, then something happens. And I have to finish that, but that's just the beginning of my theme. So you're going to continue to read, and as you continue to read, you're going to continue to annotate. And I highly recommend using different colors for each annotation so that you have like all of your words are in red, and all of the things that remind you why we teach the lesson are in yellow, and what the lesson might be maybe is in green. So you have all these different colors. Then when you get to the writing, you're going to want to use some sentence stems to help you. So here's how I would start the writing and how I would introduce my evidence. So it asks, why is the event described in the article taught in schools today? So first I'm going to restate the question. The event described in the article, which is the Holocaust, is taught in schools today because. The second question asks, what are the lasting lessons we can learn from studying this event? The lasting lessons we can learn from studying this event are, and I'm going to finish that sentence. Now I need to support my response with evidence from the text. I know this is the lasting lesson because in the text it says, I also think you could add another sentence about why you know we teach it in schools today, which you could put in the middle here. And you would say, I know this is why we study this event in schools today because in the text it says blah, blah, blah. Not blah, 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 but evidence. And if you're citing directly, you need to make sure that you have your quotation, your quote, your quotation. You're going to put the author's last name here. This is from history.com. So it would say history. History.com.